back in them days, before What's on My Mind dropped, the original version, you guys caught the attention of Master P, obviously. Also, St. Charles, man. I used to talk to him. He always used to bring you guys up. St. Charles from Vallejo. How did you guys catch his attention all the way in Cali, being from Flint?
Well, actually, to tell you the truth, we were out Michigan. Fathers in Michigan. We were running the charts in Michigan. We was out selling anybody in Michigan, whether it was Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, everybody in Flint, Saginaw, in these Pontiac, in these areas, we were charting in the local newspapers. And actually, this cat named Tony from Flint, Michigan, man, named Tony, he had a record label called Po Broke Records. He actually made that happen. He went to school for the music thing, learning about the music business and stuff like that and all. That actually that was his connection. So he the one that, connected with Sir Charles and all of them and took our music down that way. You know what I'm saying? I don't know exactly how it went, but I know Po Broke Records was the reason for that situation. The guy that labeled that was from Flint, Michigan, a friend of ours, we dropped on his label. And it was just a connection that he knew Sir Charles. Then they liked the music. They seen we was kicking up sand, and they heard the music and they liked it. And we that's how we dealt with him through this record label called Po Broke Records.
Yeah.
And we actually I was gonna say once we hooked up with Sir Charles had dropped What's on My Mind first, and I think it done like 80 or 90,000 records before we actually got with Relativity. So when Relativity picked up the What's on My Mind album, Sir Charles had already been out with Sir Charles, and it had already sold like 80 or 90,000. So Relativity liked the album so much they was willing to still come in and just take over from in the middle of that, and they just liked it. And the album ended up doing probably about 400,000, 500,000, 600,000 copies. Because back in them days, you have so many, what people don't realize, you have so many mom and pop stores that was a sound scan. You had to have a sound scan, but shit, half of the stores wasn't sound scan back then. So back in them days, you could never really even know what an album really sold. You could never, only people could really know what an album really, really sold was the distributor itself. But fathers, you just looking at and you would never know because there were so many mom and pop stores that was a sound scan. Like this cat named Nick Records and Tape from here. He was a guy, he sold more tapes in this city than anybody of us. And he ordered 5,000 CDs, but he wasn't a sound scan. He ordered more CDs than everybody, but he wasn't. His tape store was a sound scan, and there was thousands of stores that wasn't sound scan.
Oh. I mean, this is and like I said earlier too, it caught the attention of Master P, the Dayton family, and CCG out of Kansas City. Y'all were the two only groups from the Midwest. I thought it was funny because y'all were from the Midwest, and you were on Down South Hustlers compilation, man. What was that experience like, and how did y'all connect with Master P?
Well, Master P, we actually, like I say, had kicked up a little sand before Master P had came out. So when Master P came, he was a Dayton family fan. He fucked with us like that, and he liked the Dayton family. He heard one of our songs. He heard Stick and Move, and he liked the Stick and Move so much. Stick and Move was going to be on the LVI album, but he still liked it so much that he paid us to use that song. And not only did he buy that song, but he put that song, the first song on that Down South Hustler album was Stick and Move. He liked it. He liked the Stick and Move song, especially in them days, because that type of music was just, man, you can listen to Stick and Move today. You can listen to Stick and Move today and still like it and accept it, but hearing it today and hearing it the years that it came out was just like, it's just that much more powerful. When you never heard it before, your very first time hearing it, the style of music was in that time. So when Master P heard that, He had, you know, he loved that when he heard that, and he cast us out for that, and he cast us out knowing that song was still gonna be on FBI. He didn't even care. Not only did he do it, but he put it the very first song. He really liked that song, and that was another thing. That was another thing that Pro Broke Records made happen too. My boy Tony, he I don't know if Master P just reached out trying to look for us, or if Pro Broke sent him that song or whatever, but that was another thing that Pro Broke Records made happen too.